Hey everyone, welcome back to The Crystal Coach. My name is Phoenix and today we are going to be talking about how to incorporate crystals in meditation. Now, by meditation, I don't kind of mean being sat on the floor, cross-legged in a silent room chanting Om. That's not what I mean. However, that is kind of how everybody sees meditation. Those of you that have done it before will probably think that's what I mean. By meditation, I simply just mean that time that you take out for yourself to reconnect with the universe, with your higher self, and reconnect with your crystals if that is what you're using, okay? This can be anything from 5 minutes up to an hour. It really depends on personal preference. So, as a very brief disclaimer, this is just a very rough guide on how to incorporate crystals into meditation, rather than me telling you how to meditate, okay? Meditation is a really personal thing and you'll find your own way to do it. If you are just starting out, it can be very overwhelming and you're not quite sure where to start. So I will give you a rough guideline of how I like to meditate and kind of a rough pattern that people tend to use, and then it will be up to you whether you use that and how you develop your own style of meditation. To start off with, you really need to make sure that you are ready to meditate, okay? Because if you're not ready and you're not entirely sure that this is what you want to do, then you're not going to put yourself 100% into it. And it's really important that if you are going to meditate, your whole self needs to be involved. So just make sure that you are completely 100% ready, and hopefully this guide will help you incorporate your crystals. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, so people meditate for a variety of reasons. Usually, if you are tired or you're ill or you feel like you don't have time, usually that's kind of when you need to meditate the most. So you need to make sure that the first thing you're doing is setting the mood. And this may seem like a really simple step, but it's one that people tend to kind of overlook. And setting the mood is really important because that's the thing that's going to set the whole base of your meditation. So to do this, you need comfortable lighting, you need a comfortable temperature, and you need a place where you're not going to be disturbed. All right, now, I have an extremely busy business and I have 5 children, so it's really difficult for me to find a time and a place in the house when I'm not going to be disturbed. It is one of those things that some of you will find more difficult than others, but it is absolutely essential to make sure that your meditation time is not going to be disturbed, because if it is, it kind of breaks it up and then the whole meditation, there's no point to it anyway. So always make sure that you are refreshed, you're ready to go, your area is set up, you've got everything that you need. So if you're using crystals, make sure you've got your crystals with you, make sure you've got everything that you need, and set up your space. Okay, so some people like to add kind of other things into their meditation. So this can be anything such as incense or candles or crystals, which is what we're talking about today. You can incorporate sacred figures if you're religious, so you can incorporate your sacred figures into your meditation as well. You can incorporate images of inspiring people to you, because a lot of people meditate easier when they're inspired. So this could be anyone from, like, again, a religious figure that you look up to, or it could just be somebody in your everyday life that you really look up to and you aspire to be like, or you are inspired by. So it could be literally anything. And there are hundreds of things that you can incorporate. These are just a few. Today we are going to focus on incorporating your crystals. You need to make sure that you have your crystal with you. I would suggest, if you are starting meditation or you're starting using crystals with meditation for the first time, only use one crystal. Now, this is where it gets kind of a little bit blurred, because a lot of people will say use specific crystals for your meditation. I, however, personally believe that it just needs to be a crystal that you are connected to. every single crystal has different properties. So it needs to be a crystal with properties that you are connected to and that will help you in whatever it is that you're meditating for. So some people will meditate to relax. Other people will meditate because it helps them manifest things in their life. So obviously that'll be a different kind of crystal. Other people will meditate because they are looking for guidance in a specific area of their life. And that again is a different crystal. But whatever crystal it is that you choose, it needs to be one that you are really, really connected with. Okay, so before you start meditating at all, you need to make sure that the crystal you are using, or the crystals you are using, are cleansed and charged and ready to go. Now, I'm not going to kind of go through a whole thing in this video because that's a whole other video in itself on how to cleanse and charge your crystals. I have got another video which has all of that information in it, so do go and have a look for that after you finish this one. But yeah, you need to make sure your crystals are cleansed and charged and ready to go, and you need to make sure that you are fully connected with that crystal. Okay, so next you need to properly ground yourself, and by grounding yourself I mean you need to connect yourself to your higher self and to the vibrations of your crystal. Now, there are several ways that you can do this. Some people like to just sit in silence, holding their crystal with their eyes closed and just let the energies pour through them. And it really allows you to concentrate on your breathing and make sure that you are literally connected to everything that's going on in your body and that you can feel the crystal's vibrations as well. You'll find your own way of how to connect yourself and how to ground yourself. It is literally just about making sure that you feel that connection to your higher self and to the crystals. Okay, so here's where the meditation really starts. So you need to go through a certain amount of steps really for meditation to be at its most powerful. So you need to ask guidance and help from your higher beings and from your higher self. You need to ask the crystals permission to use their vibrations and make sure that you are really in tune with those and make sure that you are actually feeling those vibrations. You need to set intentions for your meditation, but also for your crystal. So if you are using crystals in your meditation, you need to make sure that that crystal has an intention set on it. And this just basically means giving it a job. You need to give your crystal a job to do, otherwise your meditation is going to kind of get a bit lost on the crystal and it's not going to know where to help you. So you need to make sure that you are asking that crystal and setting intentions on that crystal for the thing that you need to get out of it the most. Lastly, you need to sit in silence for a little while, close your eyes and just connect to your breath. You need to really concentrate on your breathing and you need to make sure that you are feeling all of those breaths and you are at a complete state of relaxation. I would suggest holding your crystal in your hand. You may choose to sit, you may choose to lay down. However you choose to do this, you can incorporate your crystal. So if you're laying down, you can put your crystal on the chakra area of your body that you feel needs work on, or you can place your crystal in an area of your body you feel like it would help the most. If you are sitting, I would suggest kind of sitting with your hands this way and having your crystal in your hands. If not, you can just sit and hold your crystal in your hand like this. So there are several ways to incorporate your crystals. Some people don't like to have skin to crystal contact with them. So if that is the case, just pop them in front of you, somewhere where they are still in your aura, so you can still get the benefits of those vibrations without having to hold them. It's really, really important to remember that as you are starting with meditation, your mind will wander. It's completely natural. You are not used to sitting and just being. And everyone's lives are so busy nowadays that like you'll be doing 5 things at once and you'll be thinking of another 3. So you need to just give yourself time. Meditation is not one of those things that you will pick up straight away and you'll run with and you'll be perfect at it. It doesn't work that way. Meditation takes practice, it takes a lot of concentration, and it takes you really needing and wanting to do it. Whether you are using crystals or not, whatever it is that you're using with them, you need to make sure that you are 100% throwing yourself into it to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. But yeah, don't be disheartened if your mind wanders the first few times you do it. You will get used to just shutting everything off. Any thoughts that come into your brain, just acknowledge them. Don't try and ignore them. Acknowledge them because they're important to you, and then just send them off and you continue with what you're doing. And then the more you do this, the less you'll get those thoughts creep into your mind, because your body and your higher self will already be telling you, look, we'll deal with those later, but for now we need to concentrate on you. And that is what meditation's all about. It is time on you. And that's also the reason why the time that you spend doing it varies for every single person. When you're closing the practice, you need to make sure that you are coming back to the room really slowly, okay? Don't try and kind of snap out of it and then get on with what you're doing. Like, it's not like that, okay? With meditation, it's a bit like exercise as such. You need to kind of have a warming down period as well, all right? Just to kind of help yourself and keep that meditation going, all right? Especially if you're doing it for calm and for relaxation and stuff like that. You need to kind of have that wind down, that calm down, and you need to come out of it slowly. I would suggest having a drink of water. Not only is it good to refresh yourself after a meditation session, but water also detoxifies your body. So obviously after a meditation, if you then detox with some water, it can really help. I would also make sure that if you are laying down, don't be in a rush to sit up straight away, okay? Make sure that you are coming back and you are fully back in the room first before trying to kind of do too much, all right? It's really important to kind of acknowledge what you've just done, acknowledge the meditation, acknowledge the energy that you've shared with the crystal as well, because that can be quite powerful and it can be quite draining. So you just need to be aware that after meditation sessions, it is quite normal to feel a bit more tired than you did before you started, especially when you are first beginning with meditation. It's really important to remember that. So do give yourself a little bit of time afterwards just to kind of come around naturally and just to come back to the room and reground yourself with your surroundings before you start trying to do anything too mad. Okay, my last 2 points are just to make sure that if you do feel uncomfortable at any point during the meditation, just stop. Because if you are uncomfortable or for whatever reason you're just not enjoying it, or it's really not a nice experience for you, you need to stop straight away, okay? Because it means that something somewhere isn't right. You need to find out what that is, and you need to reconcentrate yourself and try again later. It could be anything. It could just be your mood. It could be that you're not ready to meditate at that precise moment. It could be that you've chosen the wrong crystal for this type of meditation. It could be any number of things, but you need to make sure that you know what that is before you then start meditating again, okay? Don't try and kind of restart straight away, because it's not going to work that way. And also you need to just remember that learning meditation and learning your way of meditation is a really long process. It's not something you're going to just pick up and you're going to be able to do straight away and it's fine. It's really important just to remember that you need to take time with it, and it will take time. For some people it takes weeks, other people it takes months. For me it took a good couple of years to find my own routine and my own way of meditating that worked for me. So don't get frustrated and don't get disheartened if it's not working for you straight away. Just keep trying different things, okay? Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again if it's not working, because it's not going to all of a sudden magically work. You need to try different things over and over again. Try out new objects that you use and try out new crystals. Maybe try a candle in the background. You know, all of these things, just try incorporating different things and you will find something that works for you. The biggest piece of information and advice I can give you is just to be patient. Alrighty guys, that's it. So I hope this has helped. If it has, please do drop me a thumbs up. Please do drop me a like, because it really helps. As we're getting started out on this channel, if you do like what you're seeing, please do go and subscribe. And if you do, don't forget to click the bell icon as well, because if you do, it will make sure that you're notified as soon as I post new videos and you won't miss one, which is great. Don't forget to drop me a comment down below, and in the description I will leave include the link to my website and also to our Facebook group, which is Storm and Glow Crystals, and that is my Facebook family. That is where we all hang out, and Storm and Glow Crystals is the name of my crystal business as well. So do come find us on Facebook. The link is also on the website, and I look forward to seeing you next time, guys. And in the meantime, don't forget to keep smiling, because there is no glow without a little storm. Bye, guys.